Today we're diving into 3 big stories currently shaping the digital world. First, the rapid rise and risks of prediction markets. Then, how AI-powered scam networks are using fake online identities to deceive people at scale. And finally, a controversial tech giant that's redefining the role of data, surveillance and power in global politics, Palantir. Let's get started. Will there be a military clash between India and China this year? On Polymarket, traders have put the odds at 11%, with more than $125,000 in bets placed on that outcome. Sounds extreme? Welcome to prediction markets. Here you can bet on almost anything, from the Super Bowl to presidential elections to crypto hacks. Even how often Elon Musk will tweet, and wars too. These digital platforms mostly run on blockchain and with stable crypto, and they are getting very popular worldwide. Analysts expect their trading volume to quadruple by the end of 2026 compared to 2025. There's growth, there's money, there's risk. Let's see, how do these platforms work? And what's the controversy? Simply put, prediction markets let people bet on simple yes or no questions that relate to real-life events, with prices showing what the crowd thinks will happen. They are fast, unregulated, and seem to display public opinion. Some experts around the globe say they can be powerful trend indicators, even for politics, because people put their money where their mouth is, unlike in opinion polls. But more money doesn't necessarily mean better predictions. Here are the 3 main risks you should know about. Finance influencers can manipulate prediction markets by placing very large bets, so-called whale trades. That pushes the price up fast. They then use social media to hype those inflated odds. Others jump in, buying at the peak, while the influencer quietly sells and walks away with a profit. Apart from that, there's insider trading. An active duty US Special Forces soldier was charged after allegedly using classified information to bet on the removal of Venezuelan leader Nicolás Maduro. He made $400,000 in profit, a real-world case and a national security concern. Another major risk is the potential to manipulate public opinion. If a wealthy player bets on a political outcome, headlines like this one may follow. Market sees 80% chance this law will pass. That news headline alone could influence voters and politicians. The market stops predicting reality and starts creating it. That's one of the reasons various countries have blocked prediction market platforms. Brazil, for example, has shut over 20 platforms down to curb bet-like products. Polymarket is blocked in dozens of countries, including Australia, Japan, Germany, France, and the UK. But as of now, that doesn't seem to stop the platforms from growing. That's because users still find ways to bypass government bans. But more on that in a minute. Now, how do these platforms work? Okay, one major spoiler, almost everybody loses. The game is, so-called markets start with simple yes or no questions, often about a real-world event. Here's a harmless example from Polymarket. Users can submit ideas through diverse online channels like Discord, but Polymarket decides which ones go live, how they're framed, and the rules that apply. When a market opens, you buy shares with stablecoin. If your prediction is right, you get paid. You can also sell early and lock in profits, or cut losses. When the deadline hits, Polymarket checks external sources and resolves the market as a yes or no, triggering payouts. Now imagine, all of this takes place on a global scale. People in all corners of the world could bet on election results in Colombia, for example, and theoretically have an influence on media coverage and public opinion with their bets. And geo-blocking a platform in Colombia wouldn't help much, because they mostly run on blockchain technology. VPNs help bypass government bans. Also, since trading is done in crypto, the money flows are hard to track. Authorities can't simply stop them like they could shut down a casino in real life. What's your view? Are prediction markets just betting platforms that turn signals into prices? Or are they digital tools that can manipulate public opinion? Let us know. She interacted with thousands of fans daily, made lots of money, and was generated by AI. Case of this fake MAGA influencer shows how AI is changing the scam playbook. AI-assisted scams are on a steep rise, according to the FBI and other experts. Here's what to watch out for. The case of Emily Hart. A medical student in India just pulled off a wild scam. He used AI to create Emily Hart, an influencer pushing US President Trump's MAGA agenda. Emily was presented as a Christian nurse. She posted anti-immigration, anti-abortion, pro-gun and pro-Trump content. The account grew fast. People trusted Emily. They subscribed, paid for exclusive content. Some even bought merch. Before the accounts were shut down, the creator was reportedly making thousands of dollars a month. All of this was powered by AI. The creator used AI chatbots and image generation tools to design and optimize the scam. The MAGA audience was recommended by AI as an easy target. But this isn't just one fake influencer. Right now, fake personas are being used in scams all over the world. There are even scam factories, many based in Southeast Asia, where trafficked victims are forced to run scams in shifts. Experts estimate hundreds of thousands of people are trapped in these operations. So, how do they actually work? Most scammers don't pretend to be big influencers, but rather ordinary people. They use AI or steal photos from real accounts and craft a fake identity. In one of the most notable cases, scammers stole photos from a Malaysian influencer. As Dora or Jasmine, they then scammed hundreds of men around the world. It starts with a random message on Instagram or on a dating app. At first it's casual, then consistent. They flirt, build trust, often for weeks. And then an emergency happens. They need help and money. Once you help out, they disappear. AI supercharges this by helping scammers craft many convincing messages. Another common trick is the investment scam. Scammers pretend to be successful, show you a desirable lifestyle, money and freedom. Then they say, I can help you do the same. You start small. Fake profits are coming in. You think it's working and start sending larger sums. And the scammers dip with your money. In a recent case from India, a teacher reportedly lost over 40,000 euros. Details differ, but the pattern is always the same. Fake identity, build trust, ask for money, disappear. So, how do you protect yourself? Here are 4 red flags. Scammers will try to move the chat quickly, from a dating app to WhatsApp or Telegram. Scammers escalate emotions fast, talking about love within days. They avoid video calls or meeting in person. There's always an excuse. And scammers will bring up money or an opportunity. One rule of thumb, if someone mixes romance with investments, it's almost certainly a scam. And here's what you can do. First, check their photos with a reverse image search. Second, search for links yourself. Never click on any links sent by them. And try to copy and paste your chat into an AI tool and ask if this could be a scam. Many scammers operate based on pre-written scripts. AI might be able to identify suspicious patterns. If you suspect you're being scammed, stop sending money immediately. Save messages and make screenshots of payments. Report the scam. It might save others. These aren't occasional rip-offs anymore. AI-assisted elaborate scams are happening everywhere. But now you know how they work. Stay safe. If a US Marine asks for a better rifle, we should build it. And the same goes for software. This is from a recent X-post by US data giant Palantir. It went viral and has sparked international controversy. Why? Well, Palantir's surveillance and data analysis tools are widely used by governments around the world. They directly impact people in policing, border control, and in war.
I think it's not only marketing, but it is at worldview. I've called it techno-fascism.
This is Mark Kugelberg. He is a renowned Belgian philosopher of technology. We asked him to help us make sense of the 22 strongly worded statements found in Palantir's post, which, by the way, are a kind of summary of this book, written by Palantir's CEO Alex Karp. So, what exactly does this so-dubbed Palantir manifesto say? Let's dive in. Claims like this one, coming from a tech company with strong ties to the military, could seem like a good publicity stunt. Mark Kugelberg says there's much more to it.
I was really surprised. I was surprised that a private company gives a kind of ideological vision. I think that their goal is not only to make money, but their goal is also to change things politically.
Judging from the views expressed in the X-post, Palantir's vision is a pretty militant one, with US technology at the center of global power dynamics.
It is a call, I think, to become a new military-industrial complex, and the scary thing is that they are already, right? They are really very closely tied with the state, with the Trump regime, and they really support specific military and security actions through their technology.
Palantir in a nutshell. The data analytics company Palantir was founded in 2003 by Peter Thiel and Alex Karp. First investors were the CIA and the FBI. Today, the company has contracts with governments and companies around the world. Put simply, Palantir builds software that helps clients analyze large amounts of data from various sources. Especially the Gotham system has made headlines. Military clients use it to assess scenarios and develop strategies by combining signals, sensors, reports, and other data into one picture. Palantir's products play a huge role in 2 conflict zones: The company has a strategic deal with Israel's defense ministry for AI-driven battlefield analytics. Reports claim that its software is integrated into AI targeting systems in Gaza and helped generate human target lists. Palantir denies wrongdoing. The US reportedly used Palantir during Operation Epic Fury in Iran, enabling the killing of Iranian Supreme Leader Ali Khamenei. Palantir suggests technology is the key to power in a new and increasingly volatile world, and they portray highly controversial technologies as unavoidable measures.
This rhetoric has been used before. It has been used by far-right governments and fascist movements. The others are the enemy, and we have to defend ourselves. So AI is here slowly but surely inscribed in that logic and inevitable as a weapon of war.
But the tech is also used domestically. In the US, ICE uses it to track immigrants. Palantir's software analyzes data from several US federal agencies. It quickly processes biometric and surveillance data, also information like social media posts and border entry logs. Palantir says it can track people in near real time and even predict crimes.
Yeah, so at first, of course, fighting crime sounds good, like who's against fighting crime? But what's behind here is that, of course, with AI, with digital technologies, there are a lot of new methods to crack down on your own citizens, to repress them, to arbitrarily arrest them and so on.
Using AI for mass surveillance can have dangerous consequences and a big societal impact. Think about it. What would it do to you, knowing you could be tracked down by authorities at any time? And how would it impact the decisions of people in power?
Palantir is already, also in Europe, for example, giving their technology to police forces. There are contracts. But what I'm really worried about is that these law enforcement institutions, that they do not only buy technology, but that they also buy this particular ideology. I think here Palantir really offers not only tools, but also a vision of what government should do.
To sum it up, for experts worldwide, Palantir is intentionally pushing a tech narrative that will raise their profits. And by embracing right-wing concepts, national security above everything else, the company is already impacting the lives of many people worldwide. What's your take on all of this? Is largely giving up our privacy a fair price to pay for more safety? Or are you concerned this will lead us into techno-fascism? Let us know. That's all from me today. Bye and see you next time.